Hello everyone, welcome to Throwback Thursday. I know like last week I didn't get to do Throwback Thursday. It was because, well, stuff happened and I thought we were going to leave that Thursday, but no, it was that Friday, so I could actually have done it. But, oh, whatever. I have twofer for this Thursday, so this is the second one. And this one is very, very controversial. This one is very controversial. I don't really have like all...
Son of a bitch! You fool! Shut up!
I don't have all of the information that I really need, so if there's like some dots and lots of stuff I'm missing, it's because, well, I can't really recall everything, but I think there's like at least a few episodes that actually shows what I'm going to talk about. But anyways, we're going to talk about basically this nice little friendship along with the episode that crushed the friendship into 1,000 pieces and made you rethink, holy frick, especially about one main character that technically, well, minor character that technically made him such more of a douchebag. And I didn't even mean to say that. I meant to say yeah, so today we're going to talk about the friendship between Lenny, Carl, Moe, and Homer. So let's go before we do the previous very recent episode that crushed this relationship, this friendship, and turned it into a bunch of freaking damn lies. Even though technically there is some weird continuity issues when it comes to this truth, quote unquote truth. But anyways, let's go with this. So what I've heard, what I remember is this is technically dates back to the episode where Homer got traumatized due to finding a skeleton / corpse in a swimming hole. And with this, basically he was freaking out, and it turns out that his friends were part of this. Apparently there was technically two skits or two flashbacks to it. There's one flashback where we saw when it was actually Fat Tony before he came big, along with his two cronies, actually going to take out Homer, Lenny, and Carl, but Moe Sizzlack came in and saved their behinds, which is how they got Moe, which is how they found Moe. So besides they found Moe, they basically, after that, they actually had that one time where they went to a swimming hole and actually enjoyed themselves. So technically it was the usual swimming hole because I think they went many times. And that was the same time where interneting in swim trunks was created. And of course, yes, you guys know the funny ha-ha, the fact that they were talking about the interneting in the swim trunks. Of course, you guys got that reference. But anyways, so he got super traumatized, and his friends actually came there to help tell the story. Well, actually, first they came to help tell some of the story, and then it was actually Homer with Remember T actually remembered everything that happened. So, along with many other things, because, well, notice that they actually were childhood friends to begin with. So that's one thing that you guys need to put a pin in, is the fact that they were friends since childhood. Given there could actually have been more episodes showing that, instead, I mean, at least the good news is that we do have a little pin in the fact that they were friends of childhood, but as soon as college years happened, that's when they separated from each other, and Homer met Barney, and they became friends. Actually, it was high school, then college. Yeah, so he knew Barney during college years and high school years, which, yeah, basically, if you've noticed, that's where the gap happened. So it would be cool that someday in the future they actually show an episode of why did they disconnect during, I guess, middle school to high school, even though it could just be the fact of, I don't think Homer moved away. I guess it's just the fact of they had different schools. Maybe Homer met them on weekends or something, but we don't really have proof of that. So with that said, here is, let's just go into the thing that is really messed up, that truly made Carl a big dirtbag. So in this new episode, the recent episode, the four guys actually won the lottery during tickets, during 4 numbers that they chose that was very special to them. They won it. Carl said, I'll go and I'll cash it in and bring the money back. But instead, Carl actually took the money and went back to his main original home, which is shocking to all of us to find out that he came from Reykjavik, Iceland. Wow. Yeah, so we actually get to know the fact of, which I guess this does piece together of just a teeny tiny bit, but on the other hand, it's kind of like, but they were childhood friends though. Technically, as childhood friends, you would basically figure they eventually, sometime, you have freaking Carl saying how he was from Iceland and he moved there, even though now we have a big question of, hold up though. If he was from Iceland to begin with, how come in his childhood he was in Springfield? Which there's your big, oh my gosh, continuity issues! Ah, freaking damn. Yeah, it's freaking damn on that part. Freaking damn. Yeah, so they basically kind of remade his history. Just the fact of maybe he spent all his childhood and then later on he moved to America. And that's when he went to Springfield and now he works in Springfield. Anyways, we find out that Carl here actually has been adopted by a Reykjavik family. And the Reykjavik family actually kind of have a bad rep when it comes to history. And he came there with the money to actually be like, I'm going to set things straight and show that they weren't cowards. But it turns out that the missing page in the book, it turns out they were cowards and much more. They're wusses. Yeah, they're like total wusses. They turned over and actually said, hey guys, here, go right ahead. If you need, oh, there's a puddle. You want us to stand over it so you can walk over us? It's like, yeah. Which technically this is exactly what Carl did, is turn on his friends. So, yeah, Carl actually said this messed up thing is the fact of, we're not friends. We don't talk about anything or anything like that. Which I'm like, whoa, seriously? All those times you guys had together back in the past? He's not including actually work time. All he's including actually is just the time that they spend at the bar. Maybe he has brain damage or some kind of crap from the beer that he drank all these. Maybe Homer's not the only person during. But anyways, the real bottom line here is the fact of their friendship actually was more than what Carl actually said it was. Technically, I guess we can write off that continuity issues with the writers and everything. The fact that they don't go back in the past and be like, hey, wait a minute, he was in Springfield as a kid. So it's like, yeah, maybe during the middle school years, the high school years, he actually got readopted. Like, his family died and then he went to social services and then the Reykjavik family actually picked him up. Yeah. We don't even have actual coverage or evidence that he actually was there as a baby. So we do have that point. But still, when it comes to him actually saying we're not friends at all we are just drinking buddies, he totally lies on that one. I mean, what about that episode where they were all barrel rolling and having fun? What about that time? It's like there's so many things that whoever wrote this episode really needed to redirect themselves. I mean, seriously. I would prefer it was Mo who actually stole the money and had some Reykjavik problems, even though you would go back to the episode where it's like, what about that time where he stole from Jailbird and he had all those awesome artifact coins that's worth so much money? He could actually took that then and went to Reykjavik and do something, but yeah, it's like really puzzling what they did here. Really puzzling and really shocking and sad. So let's just say, to make this fit, that Carl is just a big man. And all this time, it's kind of like he didn't give a crap of what they cared about. And all this time, it's kind of like he didn't give a crap of what they cared about, and he only cared about himself more than anything, which does fit in the fact of, well, let's just take the Thundermans episode. And I know Wow, you watched Thunderbolts. Well, anyways, let's just take that episode. The fact that you have Max who basically repelled his friends so he can become more evil. Was he a dirtbag for doing that? Yes. But were they still his friends though? Yes. So it's kind of like Carl technically is the dirtbag. But anyways, yeah, let me just end with this episode, the other episode part where Homer actually watched The Lost. Well, actually, it's not even called Lost. It was another. But anyways, yeah, you guys know it was the Lost series. So the fact of where Carl said, "Give me all your guns and weapons," and then after that, he took the weapons and said, "Now it's time to talk about how Carl was feeling." Nice. Yeah, you see, kind of a bit in that episode. So, bottom line is this. Is that when it comes straight down to it, their friendship was actually real. Their friendship was very, very real. It's just the fact of Carl most likely is more of a dirtbag than ever. So, yeah, I hate to say this, but chances are I think Carl is more of a dirtbag than any of them. Even Mo. It's like even Mo, he even betrayed Mo, because Mo never betrayed anyone. Well, he did kind of betray Homer and many of the other husbands one time, but yeah, he didn't truly betray like his inner circle. He never betrayed Carl, he never betrayed Kenny, Lenny, he never betrayed Lenny, and he never betrayed Homer. There was no time whatsoever he betrayed Homer, and even if he did get close to really betray Homer, he actually turned around and saved him, like that time where Homer became his boxing. Yeah, he became a boxer and he was his manager. He could have just allowed Homer to die over there by Drederick Tatum, but instead, he actually stole a jetpack from this guy and then saved Homer. So, out of all of the friends, sad to say, Carl is the biggest of them all. So yeah, it's like, be careful with Carl, because if you're not careful, Carl will. Listening? Well, Carl had a good reason to do it. Yeah, he did have a good reason, but you would figure he would know that there are so much of his friends that he would actually, if he asked for the money, they might give it to him. I mean, it would just be the fact of where they're like, "But has so much money," and then they're like, "But Carl's our friend. We gotta do it. We gotta do it for him." The worst part about it has to be the fact of, though, is that even if he spent the money on the thing, but sadly, it turns out that they total sucked either way. So it's like, even if he found out about the page, even if he got the money himself and didn't steal the money from the lottery, then technically he's freaking damn screwed. Yeah, it's like he would be still screwed. But anyways, thank you for watching, and tell me what you guys think. Is their friendship actually real, or it's like what Carl said, they're just nothing but drinking buddies? Even though they technically work together, they talk with each other so many times, they had so much fun together. There was the one time where there was a donut. They're technically really actually friends. They really are friends. The only difference is just, well, technically Mo did work for the plant that one time, but Mo was kind of a jerk because he was actually staying with the protocol. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more Throwback. Have a great Thursday out there, guys.